The piano in the back room at church was looking tired and old. It was seldom used, mostly by choirs warming up before going in to perform in the sanctuary. It must have been donated to the church, but evidently had a good pedigree. Eibach manufactured quality pianos from as early as 1794. The factory moved to Barmen in Germany from 1825. Today, the business is still thriving and is owned by the seventh generation of the Eibach family. The serial number tells us that this particular piano was made between 1900 and 1910. This panel below the keyboard suggests the case was made to take a player mechanism, but there's no trace of one being fitted. Sadly, this piano has outlived its usefulness. Nobody wants old pianos anymore, so this one is going to be broken up for recycling. I decided to give a farewell serenade in a light-hearted way with this song by Peter Cook and Dudley Moore. A Herculean effort by 4 people and some help from others got the piano outside the church, into the car park. Time to start taking off the easy bits. The top panel has catches either side, so off it comes. Then the keyboard lid, or fall, can now be lifted off. The bottom panel has only one remaining catch. And away it goes. The key rail screws need to come out. The action is held in place by screws on the left and on the right. We can now lift the key rail clear and take the main action away. Next, the keys come off, all 88 of them. Takes a little while. We're left with the key bed that supported all the keys, allowing them to pivot freely. The screws can now come out. And it goes to join the other parts. These little shims of cardboard are put in to help level the keys. Down below, the pedals and their levers are only held on by screws, so they came off quite easily. and the rods that connected them can be lifted out. Just one more piece of woodwork to come off. And that's all the easy bits removed and stacked on one side. Just for fun, let's twang all the strings in one go. This is where we've reached so far. Now it's time to remove the strings. This could be dangerous as they're under a lot of tension. If we cut them now, they could fly out and cause severe injury. Especially the bass strings, which are heavy. The safest way is to slacken the strings using a tuning key before cutting them. Each of the treble notes has 3 strings, so we'll deal with all 3 at once. Using bolt croppers makes cutting easy and keeps my hands and face away from any flying strings. It's now easy to unwind the strings from the pin and put them away for disposal. And the same at the base end of the strings. I decided to remove the tuning pins, although eventually it proved unnecessary. I found a suitable tool for the power drill, and that made this fairly quick. But even so, it took quite some time to get even this far. Eventually, the piano body looked like this. The key shelf resisted my attempts to get it off, so I resorted to sawing it with a reciprocating saw. After that, it put up no resistance, leaving it ready for the next step. The remaining major item was the cast iron frame that held the strings. It's known as a harp for obvious reasons. These look like the only screws holding it in. To get them out, I needed the assistance of a spanner. And they were all removed. Reinforcements were called in an attempt to prise the frame out. It became clear that there were more screws out of sight. It was evident that the bottom had to be knocked off. Then the final screws could come out, and the frame could be levered off. And there it sat for a few months, quietly rusting. There was a question of what to do with the ivory on the keys. I didn't want to send it to the dump with the wooden keys. By dunking the keys in boiling water, the ivory could be peeled off. Leaving the wood behind, the ivory separated and some rather murky water. I'm not sure what to do with these, as it's illegal to sell ivory, and it'd be a shame to send it to the dump. As to the rest of the items taken off, they went off to our local recycling centre in Stevenage. After a few months out in the weather, the remnants were in a sorry state. The case had started to lose its veneer, though the side panels resolutely declined to fall off. The harp had gone a nice shade of rust. We began to think about cutting the frame up with a chainsaw, when a late member of the church bequeathed a nice compact piano. It had been tuned regularly by Rupert from our local piano shop. He arranged to deliver it. And take the old remnants away, all free of charge. What a hero. It only remained to welcome the newcomer. The room is named after John Bunyan, the 17th century preacher and author of Pilgrim's Progress. So what could be more suitable than his famous hymn, "Who would true valour see?"